Nice.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Council's Corner, episode 21. We've got a guest on the show tonight.
Plus 10.
What?
21.
Yeah, Robot
Dude,
Man.
I
Get your
can't hear
voice
you.
ready. Get your
What's going on with your
straight.
voice?
Is that better?
There we go.
Somewhat.
It's the googly man.
Does he know what's going on at all with Googly Man?
Do any of us know what's going on? Oh, yeah. Have you ever watched any of this? Did Bonely give you any kind of prep for what you were getting into tonight?
I actually watched a couple of episodes. So, yeah. How you doing, Matt? Are you good, mate?
Oh, this is my normal state. Like, this is how I go out in public. This is how I go order my coffee. This is just me. Like, this is what I am.
Yeah, just be yourself. Just be yourself. That's what this podcast's all about, right?
Exactly.
Totally.
And what I am is a person with a completely solid jet black face and googly eyes. That's what I am.
So I'm still wondering if like Bonely's going to get in charge here or what.
Me to get
You've already
in
taken
charge?
charge of everything else, man. Go for it.
Whoa, I'm sitting here quiet. Shots fired. I'm bobbing and weaving right now.
So I believe there was talk about favorite bosses from various video games.
Jump right into it. Yeah, let's do
that's the end of the show. That's where we're going. Yeah, introductions for.
Oops.
Right.
So anyway, what's up? It's okay. So I'm Bonely. Good to see everybody again. Excited to be here this week and talk some VR. We got a really cool show that's going to go on. I love the intro, Kitty. Great job. Very cool. And I'm excited to have my man Surj here all the way from the UK. It's fucking like 2:30 in the UK. Like that's a serious commitment. I had to harass this man crazy to get on the show, only to be presented with googly man face. Like
we
were having a fun time. That's true. 8-hour flight would not have been worth it.
Also, Bonely talks over everyone, so you'll have to like talk really loud to get over him because he won't.
Fine, don't worry.
Hi, I'm Sormaldo. Great to see all of you.
I'm Budo.
This is the.
Just I'm Budo. That's all you got, bro.
Yeah. Just gonna keep it simple.
Fucking Budo, man.
So I brought this this group of freaks together. By the way, you can blame me for this shit.
That's true. That is true. The googly man. Okay.
Anyways.
Okay, gonna introduce yourself. Anyways, Jesus. She didn't introduce herself, and our guest didn't say hello either yet. Relax. Okay, go ahead.
We're so
Hi, I'm Kay.
Nice to see you, Kay. I'm kidding.
Okay. The minimalist. Obviously. I see you. Okay. All right, and then we got my man Surj.
Hi, dude. I'm Surgical. I have a YouTube channel, in a couple of podcasts as well, and Bonley asked me to be on. So yeah, thanks for having me on, guys.
Absolutely, man.
Welcome to the chaos.
So
yes.
What's your preferred genre in VR? Just curious.
What am I doing? I mean, I like RPG games.
RPGs?
Like, I'm doing a lot of RPG stuff at the moment, yeah. But then I play random crazy games. So don't really have a preference, but I'd say RPGs like the one that I spend most time in out of anything, yeah.
So more campaign oriented, or do you like the multiplayers and the goofy shit?
At the moment, like I'm playing a lot of RFVR, so that's like it's multiplayer as well. It's like it's a mixture of loads of different RPG games. So it's just like a big open map. It's like 400 square kilometers, and you've got quests to do, and there's loads of stuff like mining, smithing, cooking, and making potions, upgrading armor, upgrading guns, upgrading melee weapons. There's dragons. There's loads of different types of enemies. There's like
What
dungeons.
headset are you using?
I'm using the Valve Index, but it works on the
nice.
Quest 2 and everything. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
I downloaded RF. I did the demo like 3 times because they kept updating little bits of it, and I still don't have locomotion. So I'm scared to like actually get involved with it because I can't move. But I'm using virtual desktop. So.
Yeah, there was an issue. They fixed it now. A couple of weeks back. Yeah, it's all good now. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll have to give it another try. We were talking about it, 2 weeks ago? And the last I had heard, one of the guys in the guild said, I still can't move in the game. And I was like, all right, I'm not going to bother trying to jump in. But
So
I
it's
know
got a
they
storyline
just...
and stuff?
At the moment, there isn't, but the devs are just working non-stop at just filling the game with content, and then they're going to add stuff like that. So it's just coming to early access, basically. But I've been playing it since before then as well. So,
okay.
Nice.
Yeah, they brought it into early access with Steam's VR Palooza or whatever they were trying to call it, VR Fest.
Yeah. No, it was a Steam. It was the one before that, the Steam Fest, 2 weeks before, I think it was.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. But yeah. Because when we had just been talking about it so much, and then it popped up for there, and it's like, and that's when we talked about it, and Pandium couldn't move still. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, they patched it. They had issues. Okay. They worked really hard to sort it out. I think you're actually right. It was the VR Fest. I think they actually did the early access. Yeah. So
nice.
It's great fun. It's multiplayer as well, so you can jump in with friends and quest together and share XP and all that kind of stuff. So.
Well, and I was about to say with this, so there are quests. There is stuff built into it, even though they don't have. I couldn't tell if it was more of like a sandbox at this point, or if there was something.
Yeah, at the moment, so the demo is like 50 square kilometers, and there's a set of quests for like mining and cooking and hunting. There's like you can build buildings where you can upgrade your armor, you can build potions, make your own spells. It's really cool. You put all the different ingredients in, and then you can use crystals and you can upgrade them to make it a stronger spell. And there's a set of quests, and then the rest of it is once you get early access, you go to another town and there's more quests and there's more mining quests, and it kind of builds on that. Okay. And that's what they're going to be doing moving forward. Yeah.
Okay, so very cool.
I'll be spending most of my time on.
That sounds
awesome. Are there any professions?
Okay.
Sounds like a lot of professions. Sounds like a lot of professions.
Oh my god. And our very first stream, Surmaldo wouldn't shut up about just needing professions in Zenith. This man spent about a half hour just straight bitching that there were no professions.
Hey, I was just curious, okay?
I know. Mate, if you get on the Discord, right, and say to the devs, that's what I want, that like 99% of the time, people give feedback. They actually implement it.
Because I would say they're very so there's a reason we don't play Zenith anymore either. Because we were very active in that Discord.
Yeah, I never played it because I just knew it's not my kind of game. But with this game, it's like the other day. He
says while he's playing an in-depth MMORPG. Well, Zenith obviously isn't my kind of game.
Yeah, but I saw it and I was like,
in-depth game.
It just
I know.
Shallow.
That's my point. Like, yeah.
But like even in the Discord the other day, the dev goes, right, our next update is this. What do you guys want us to prioritize? So they're proper like listen to the community. Loads of stuff they've implemented. It's from what the community have suggested. So they're like out of all the devs that Discords I've been in, they're proper on it. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah, most new devs in VR tend to be very responsive. Actually, it's really nice.
Yeah.
We just had a bad first experience, you know.
You sure it wasn't you guys? not the game.
He says it as
There-
he takes a
there's-
drink
That is
to cover
always
his
a
face.
fair
He's just
question
like,
when you're talking to fellow gamers is, are you just a hateful gamer?
are you just toxic and terrible, or is the game bad? Because who knows?
Those aren't the only two options.
I mean, they're the most likely.
they are most likely.
But it's really cool. It's one of the great things about VR is, all the developers are still so small, they actually give a shit about the players. And so it's
Yeah.
really cool because you get to have that
Yeah.
give and take with feedback. And I mean, I can see, like with Zenith, they want to have more control over the narrative. And so in order to do that, you kind of have to force players into a certain line. And players were doing all sorts of fun stuff, and they had to cut it out. So it's like, you have to find that fine line between taking care of your player base and running your own vision. But that's one of the cool things about this is you can be vocal, you can sit down and you can actually have a conversation with, one of the coders or one of the art directors and all this. And it's amazing because it's like the early days of video games all over again, just with so much more technology.
It's only two people that are working on the game.
On RFVR?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
I mean, just because, so when I got in, you can look at the first screen that tells you how to move and you see, I mean, it looked great. It kind of had that, I don't know, the plasticky sheen. That was the only thing, but so many of the VR games I play feel that way. So I've stopped trying to count it against them.
Yeah. There's a upgrade update coming soon. They're working on it now. I'm in the beta branch of it, and it's there's a graphics upgrade and stuff.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, it looks a lot better.
Nice.
So
Oh, that's awesome.
does RF stand for anything? I'm actually not familiar with the game.
It stands for Random Fighter VR.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they've made a game on a calculator like years ago, and that's how it all started. So I interviewed them on the
Nice.
podcast, and I asked them the same question. But if you want a more in-depth explanation, you can have a look at that. And
Yeah.
if you watch a podcast, they're so enthusiastic about the game. It's just crazy. Like they're proper. They know what it's like to be in the game, and like the devs don't listen, or they bring it out and then they just abandon it and all that kind of stuff. So they're trying to prove to everyone that they're on the case, and the Discord's just constantly popping off with stuff, and the devs are just like, let me think about that for a minute, and like, yeah, we can do that. So yeah.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
And now, is this a full MMO? Like, how many people can play at the same time? Is it like we can all join, or is it a limited
Other
amount?
servers.
At the moment, there's no servers, so at the moment it's whoever's got like the best PC out of you guys. Yeah, player hosted. Yeah. So who's got the best PC?
I gotcha. So if they disconnect, is that a problem, or does it just go to the next PC that's on?
I'm not actually sure.
It sounds like you actually host the game, so it'll be hosted on your hardware, so everyone will join in on you. So yeah, if you go down, it would just go down. The server would stop.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I've been doing loads of solo stuff, not a lot of multiplayer, which is.
I mean, it seems like all the YouTubers, you guys are all from the UK, in VR at least. Like, I swear, every single VR YouTuber I look at, they've all got some kind of British accent or over in Europe somewhere. And all the American guys, they're still playing Fortnite. So I don't know.
We've got a couple of good ones. But it does seem to be a very prevalent thing in the UK. Like, definitely. So, I was just gonna say, like, what is the, like, how is VR promoted in England?
That's
Like,
actually
how
because VR is really only big in Britain and in the US and in a little bit in Australia. I don't think it's really caught on in most of the rest of the world yet because of the higher cost of entry.
Yeah.
The US market is kind of like they don't give a fuck about it at the moment. Most people are like, that's not worth my money. That's too expensive. I'll just get like a PlayStation or something. But
which is twice as much money.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. But is that like the attitude there as well?
No, I think the main thing with VR is people need to try it. Because people look at it and just think, oh, what's just a screen in your face? But obviously, like when you make videos and stuff, it's just flat. It's like 2D, right?
It's really hard to translate that. It's the
Yeah.
immersive factor. Because games that would be terrible 2D games are somehow actually really enjoyable in VR. It just matters of if you feel like you're there or not.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, things like Live kind of help. You know, that kind of shows people like what it's like to be inside the game a bit more. But I think there needs to be more kind of where people like expos, where people try out VR and stuff. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on at the moment, so I think people need to like actually.
So from what I'm hearing, COVID was not good for the VR industry because they couldn't really have giant stations.
Well, it's the opposite.
It helped standalone because everyone was stuck at home, so they got it.
Yes, exactly.
But I mean, he's making a great point that
they can't the demos that brings in a lot of the younger audience, whereas that could be a hint as to why VR tends to skew older. I've noticed more than most.
I think that has to do with content. That has to do with content too. A lot of the content just doesn't connect with the kids yet. You know, so and also it's a little bit tough too, at least for the younger kids to get into it, just because of all the maneuvering you have to do just to get to the game. You know what I mean? So it's not as intuitive for, under 10 years old as other things.
No one's supposed to be using it unless they're over 13. That's the Oculus terms.
Yeah, have you played Population 1?
Or any free game at all?
Any free game, yeah.
Poker Stars.
And I'm realizing
Poker Stars is one of the worst.
Like,
the only game I felt harassed
in. Somebody was trying to get me to give them chips.
Tried Poker Stars?
I played Poker Stars a couple of times, yeah. Yeah, luckily, I mean, it's just been adults. There was one kid.
Yeah. Oh, so it gets sad. Like, kids will get in there and they'll have, like, full-blown gambling addictions. Like, they'll just, because they're so bad at poker, but they just have their parents' credit card, so they just keep buying chips and yelling when they lose.
Yeah, and they can light up virtual cigarettes and all that kind of stuff. It's like,
yeah.
Hell, man.
Yeah, and when it comes to, like, trying to spread the word of VR, I'm realizing back in the day, I went to a friend's house who had N64, and we played multiplayer, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is interesting. And then I went to another house, and they had a PlayStation. We could play together. And that's just something that's hard. Most people don't have 2 VR headsets.
Sure.
I think every one of us has 2.
Yeah, but the average, that's a good point, because the average person doesn't. The average person doesn't. And the average person isn't traveling in circles where they're, going to houses that have multiple headsets. So that
and even then, how many people have 3? Because I know growing up, I always had 5 controllers. 4 that were for the console and 1 for if one of them broke. Because God forbid if we didn't have 4 controllers ready. Like,
can I make a point here? It's scary to give your headset to somebody else to let them try it. Like,
it is.
I live in a small apartment, and I have tall friends and tall family members where when watching them swing around blindly without having their VR legs, they're not very aware of where they are, and it's my monitors and my walls that they're trying to almost smash into. Like, that's scary. Like,
you need to find new friends.
Yeah.
Short people.
Shorter. Yeah,
short people.
Yeah. Prerequisite to be his friend, you have to be under 5.
Oh, you're a little. I like you, but you're
done.
tall.
Sorry, Bonley. Get the hell out of here.
I'm 6'5", but I got my VR legs, so I wouldn't be messing your room up. I'm all set.
Long VR legs.
About people who've never used it before,
True.
That first VR experience, you really think you have your bearings until you accidentally. Hopefully, the first time was a gentle tap on your wall.
That's a good question. What was the first game that you lost your sense of where you were, or
it was only.
I'm not asking you.
No, he's not asking you.
Yo, I don't know.
I'm talking to the guest.
You answer.
Me?
No,
just
fuck
assumes,
you.
He just assumes I'm
Yeah.
There you go. Ta-da.
We'll fix this real quick.
I'm sure that's what you wanted.
Put him on the spot.
Yeah.
Until I have to mute Meta.
Now, what was the first game? What was the first game that you felt like where you jumped into VR and you lost your place? Like you didn't know where you were, you got disoriented.
Oh man.
Can you recall like the first experience where you were just immersed in VR and it was amazing?
Yeah, the first
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. The first game I ever played was what's that thing called in the PSVR? The Shark Tank experience.
Oh,
The
On
Plank
I don't know.
experience? Oh,
no, the
Shark
Shark
Tank.
Tank. Yeah, they
Shark
put you in a
Tank
cage.
experience.
They put you in a
Ah.
cage and drop you into like deep sea diving, and it's all beautiful and nice, and then sharks start attacking you. That was
Oh,
that's wicked.
how was it? Was it crazy?
It was great. Yeah,
Yeah. See,
I
and you
put my
guys come
family
at me
member.
for the roller coasters. You guys come at me for roller coasters. He put himself in a Shark Tank for his first experience.
No, VR horror hits different, but like that's
Here,
not
Grandma,
terrible.
you got to see this.
Yeah, I did put a lot of my family members in it. Actually, I just told them it's like an ocean aquarium, and then they shit their pants. It was great.
That's
Still part of the
great.
fun.
That's great.
But yeah,
Oh,
I never tried VR. I just bought the PSVR on a. I thought that looks cool, and then that was it. And then I went to the Rift S. Then I went to the Quest 2. Then I went Valve Index. So I've had a few different headsets.
okay.
But yeah, there's loads of stuff coming out, like early access and stuff, and like a lot of devs are just bringing stuff out for the sake of it, and it's they just get like negative reviews, and I don't know, man. Like people need to spend a bit more time on games before they release it on Steam. That's a
So-
Steam thing as well, isn't it? It's not just VR, but
Speaking of games, I am curious, because I think I know what our group is gonna answer generally, but what would you think of like as like top 5 VR titles that are out right now?
top 5. That's a tough one. I mean,
Or you can make it 10.
Top
if that's
3.
easier.
Or three, yes.
Whichever
That's-
direction
that's
makes
not
you more
meta.
comfortable.
Exactly. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
a large game library.
Top
My bad.
games. How about no numbers?
top games. I mean, obviously Half-Life Alyx. That's everyone loves that game. Some people didn't like Boneworks. I like Boneworks.
I love Boneworks.
Yeah,
It's great.
Boneworks. I like games like A Room, Dark Matter. It's like a puzzle game. I like Red Matter, games like that. What else have I played? I've got so many games. I mean, RFVR I play a lot. I love playing Pavlov, Black Ops Zombie maps and Pavlov because I love Black Ops Zombies. So that's like a throwback to those days. I mean, they're the main ones, to be honest, that kind of stand out. Yeah. I probably missed a load of them, but
Hey, to put you on the spot for everything. Sorry.
I mean,
I'm not sweating.
Yeah, Boneworks is one of those that, I mean, especially when you throw in all the mods and everything, like
Yeah.
every time I pick it up, it feels fresh. And I love that about a game.
Yeah, I'm really bad with mods. Like Boneworks, never tried the mod. Half-Life Alyx, I downloaded like 200 gigs worth of mods. One, and I just deleted the mods. I was like, I don't know. Yeah, I need to sit down and go through. I mean, I played the 007 Dam, but there's that Seth.
Oh, like from
Reloaded.
GoldenEye?
Yeah. But there's loads of stuff. So
Yeah.
much stuff. There's a new one coming out, Levithian or something, Levitation, or there's one that's just come out as well recently. That's going to be really hard.
yeah, I was just gonna say that if you say that the number one game is Half-Life Alyx, then yeah, no, you're on the right track. I mean, that's I'm like a broken record. I just always say like that's the best of this, that's the best of that.
The issue
But I
is
have not
play
tried
on
all the mods.
standalone, and it just
Valve
sounds
has
like a
set the
brag.
standard for years. I mean, Valve made Half-Life. Valve, I
Valve,
mean,
of
Half-Life
course.
spawned Counter-Strike, which is one of the biggest FPS franchises ever. You know, like
Yeah,
they
I tell you,
set the standard. Sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry. I was just going to say, tell you what is great. Is I've been playing the Half-Life 2 VR mod,
Mhm.
the one that's coming out later on this year, hopefully. Yeah, that's brilliant. It just
I
looks
bet.
so good in the
I
headset.
can't wait.
Man. Yeah,
Will that play on the Quest 2? Sorry. No.
I'm gonna
It's
go.
an Alex mod, isn't it? Right now, at least.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
a mod of Alex.
No, that's not. No, the actual Half-Life
You're
2
the
VR
smartest.
mod.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's
but
Half-Life.
See, that
Okay.
might play.
you make it sound like they're gonna release it officially, or
So there's at the moment there's issues with what they're going to do. Like I think they're discussing the legal side of it. I think because
Yes.
obviously the mod's going to be free, I believe, anyway. So I haven't caught up on what the latest news is, but I did about four streams of it, and I loved it. I need to get back into it. So yeah, it was really good.
Awesome.
And I think they're
Nice.
trying to get
I
it
was
out.
talking to well, I was talking to one of our like guild members that's not part of this group here, and they were saying that they were playing a Half-Life Alyx mod that's modded like Bioshock. Have you seen that? That looked sweet.
I've
Yes,
seen
it
people
did.
play it. Yeah. I think they've done like the whole of. Was it the whole of Bioshock one? I can't remember.
It's the
It's
whole.
Wow.
It's
it's
all
the
of
first
Rapture.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I know EA and is it Rockstar who makes Grand Theft Auto?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Rockstar.
So they're sending out C&Ds to everyone that's doing VR mods for all their games.
Like
So it looks like they're about to drop VR versions of everything.
yeah, they've got to be. I mean, I'm thinking that's probably why they're doing it as well. So I know they're doing GTA San Andreas, right, on the Quest 2.
Correct.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They
Yep.
claim.
They announced it. Yeah.
They claim.
Is it
I
going to
mean,
be
it's-
that like remastered version? Because I've heard very bad
Probably.
things about the remaster. Okay.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah. How would he know?
I was just asking you guys in general if anybody knew.
I mean, they've yeah.
I don't have a Quest 2, so I don't really. I'll see. Watch everyone's news and stuff. Like my mates that have got channels and things, so I'll keep up track with what's going on. They cancelled. Was it Splinter Cell recently?
Splinter Cell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. They
Yeah.
canceled it.
Did they?
They
I was-
announced it, they canceled it, then they made it official that they announced it like what? 2 months ago? Not even that long ago. They officially announced it. And then they just canceled it like Saturday, maybe last Friday. So
Yeah.
which is sucks because there's been excitement about Splinter Cell 6 years, 7 years now. So
Yeah, I love Splinter Cell. I did love Splinter Cell. I know they've got Assassin's Creed. I never really got into those games, but I know Splinter Cell would have been.
So, have you tried The Walking Dead?
Yes, yeah. I've finished it. I didn't do the DLC though. Saints and Sinners, yeah. Not the other one, not the whatever it's called.
No, Saints and Sinners is what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's a brilliant game. So the number 2 should be out hopefully soon, right?
I hope so.
Another
The game
one they
is
just
so
announced.
uniquely good for it to be on standalone. Standalone, we don't get those good games, Like we get those games that like they started to make and then they were like, this doesn't have the capacity to play it. Let's scale it way back. Those are the games we usually get. That feels like a full game, which is nice as a whole campaign. It looks good, but now I'm just ranting.
Us PC guys don't have it much better because Steam has way too many choices and 99.9% of them are just
Are trash.
so much garbage.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. People just release. There's a lot of crap out there, man.
Well, and even the good games, you still have to wade through crap in them. Like, it feels like you keep waiting for that perfect game because you have Alex, which
2 years old
again,
now, right?
but it's Valve, so you can't expect less out of them. But then nothing else holds up to that standard. Boneworks is good, but there's still points in it where you're like, okay, it's not immersive, doesn't feel real. So there's always, it feels like every VR title, even the best ones, you still like, oh man, why is it this hard?
Yeah, I know. When the PSVR 2 comes out, I think they'll push a lot of AAA titles with the Soviet rendering and stuff.
PSVR is a weird sector. Like people that'll pay that much for a console, and then you turn around and pay that much for a headset, and then you're limited to what PlayStation brings on.
Yeah, but PlayStation has some solid exclusives. If there is I'm not trying to start that whole divide. People prefer Xbox exclusives, but in my humble opinion, which is fact, PlayStation has some great exclusives. And knowing that they would be the ones like helping produce or making the games in VR, whether people are playing it on that system, will influence game development that will make it out of that. Either those games becoming available in some version on Quest or elsewhere, or game developers seeing the mechanics they use, because that's one of the big issues right now in VR is a mechanics issue. They're developing for the space, but they don't know how to make you interact with it in a way that works ideally. It works, but does it work in its best form? And the mechanics that get developed for bigger games like that could help influence just games in general moving forward. So I am excited for the PSVR release, even if I don't get to play any of those games. Hopefully the next games will be pretty sweet.
Yeah, I sold all my consoles a couple of years ago to build a gaming PC, and I was like, I'm never going to get a console ever again. And then I had a guest on my show. Do you know Skiva from Between Realities? Do you guys watch that podcast?
No, I don't.
Okay. So he just went into one about the PSVR 2. Then within 2 weeks, I had one. So it's just sitting there. I play it a little bit. There are some good games in there, but I just want the PSVR 2 because of especially the foveated rendering, and like you said, the exclusives. And Sony works with a lot of different studios. So I think it'll bring a lot more people into mainstream VR, but there's no bloody console. So it's like, I think what they're going to do is they're going to bundle it, right? Just so they can sell the console and the headset. And hopefully they've got some spare headsets knocking around.
Yeah.
Otherwise I'm screwed.
And I always notice like the developers I see that are doing like standalone PSVR and PC, they always have like their updates. You've got standalone and PC, and then eventually PlayStation comes along, and it always seems like it's 2 or 3 revisions behind everything else. And it's always, is it that much harder to work with? Is it? I don't know because I don't develop. But
no, yeah, I mean the controllers are shit, aren't they? So the controllers now are going to be a lot better. I think they're probably going to plow a lot more money into it. I'm pretty sure they've got. I mean, if you look, do you guys, any of you have a PSVR or?
No. I do not.
We've got, I think, one person in the guild that plays on PlayStation.
Yeah,
and most people are Quest 2.
Yeah, like there was like 3 I ever met, and I ran into hundreds of people in that game. So,
yeah, I think
really a lot of people don't even know it exists.
It is like, when was it? 2016, right? So it's like 6 years ago.
It's been a while. Yeah.
But yeah, there's some sequels on there that were exclusives that I'm looking forward to. Hopefully they come out. I mean, at this point we don't know what really is when it's gonna come out, or they've got the 20 titles that they're bringing out, but I want exclusives because I've got an index in the PC, so they will have some exclusives, and if they don't have anything in the first 6 months and that, or nothing planned in the first year, then there's not really much point me having one. So
you hit the nail on the head. If there's no exclusives, there's why?
Yeah, and then Sony.
So I mean, a PlayStation is cheaper than most gaming PCs. So I mean, I guess there's
I mean, the headset is sweet. They make the field of view really big, and
Wait, the PlayStation 5 and the headset cost combined is less than a gaming PC?
And a headset, yeah.
There's rumors.
And a headset.
$800. $800.
The headset's $800,
for a
and then how much is the price for the bundle?
Yeah,
that's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah.
That wasn't what it was
that's
like
more
when
reasonable.
it came out, though.
Yeah, when it came out, you had to own the full. It was like probably $1,1300.
Yeah.
So yeah, 800 would be less than a gaming thing. Yeah, that's a more reasonable price than I expected to hear from them.
Speaking
but
of
they
prices,
don't.
Oh, what? Sorry.
I was going to say, there just doesn't seem like there's any purpose to own one if you own another one. It might be a good entry for somebody that's just getting into VR. They might consider it, but if you already own the Valve, or you own a Rift, or you own a Quest, at this point, there's nothing that would draw me to make that purchase at this point.
Well,
Yeah.
and if the only way to get the console is to get the package, then you'll also have a lot more VR users out there.
Yeah, I think they'll probably have a lot of bundles
That's
on
true.
sale, and
That's
they'll do
smart.
it separately. I guess they'll definitely do it separately. But with PlayStation, is what they started doing is, I think in the next couple of years, they're going to start their exclusives. I think they're going to start having them more on PC and stuff like that. So like a year later, you might get an exclusive on PC anyway. So they're slowly doing that with the games at the moment. Like I think Ghost of Tsushima, I think God of War. There's a few exclusive that they've pushed out onto PC, but they're making millions out of it. So just have to see how it plays out.
Yeah. I had one other question before we get into our new game, which I'm excited about, which I think is going to be a blast.
We'll see.
I think it's going to be fun. So, is there any game that's coming out that's cross-platform that you're looking forward to? But I know, is there any particular game that's coming out that you're looking forward to?
RFVR.
Well, we know that. Besides that is because we talked about that. So, what other games?
There's a game called Sail that's coming out next month. That looks pretty cool. It looks pretty Sea of Thieves kind of in VR. Don't know if you guys have heard of that.
Yeah.
No, I haven't heard of it.
I didn't play it, but I heard of it.
I've seen some marketing for Sale.
Yeah, there's some
And
videos.
Sea of Thieves is crazy, so
yeah.
That would be.
That sounds cool. Is that going to be on Quest as well, or is that a PC title?
It's already you can play the free demo on Quest already, so you can just download Map Lab, I think.
Oh, interesting.
And I think I've never really played Among Us. I think I've played it once, but that's going to be cross. Is that cross-platform? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's going to be on them all too.
Yeah,
we're looking forward to Among Us.
Yeah, you gotta join us for some.
And you got a big group. Yeah.
Yeah, I've signed up for the playtest. Hopefully, I'll get on and figure out what the game's about.
Cool. I didn't even think about signing up for the playtest.
Did you do that on Innersloth's Discord, or is there some other place to do that?
Somebody sent me a link today just before I got on. I'll have to send it to you guys. Yeah, I'll send it to you guys.
Yeah, that'd be great.
$5 a head. Otherwise, you got to wait till release day.
Sometimes, like, betas are such a blessing and a curse. Like, it's cool to play it early, but then, it's just bug after bug, or worse, like it just doesn't work. Something you've been really excited for.
I just like to sit there and just try to exploit the hell out of all the little bugs that are still like at the game in that super early state.
Do you guys play it in VR chat? VR chat, right? Yeah.
We play typically as a group. We will enter VR chat as a group and play like specific games like Murder Mystery and Prison Break and Among Us in there, and so we.
Only's afraid of the general public, so we don't have fun with strangers.
I'm not afraid of the general
he's too
public.
worried.
I've gotten into it. Honestly, it brings my whole vibe down if we jump into a room and there's like a bunch of kids like doing crazy shit. It just
it's like a VR version of agoraphobia.
It makes me not feel good about being there.
We can all go to the next world, and then we can scout ahead and see if there's anything like that going on, any tomfoolery occurring, and if there is not, then we can send you a message and just let you know that it's safe to come through.
Need a safe word.
Can you hold my hand?
Safe word.
I don't have.
As long as you hold my hand, then we'll be good.
Like, why does Bonley keep yelling asparagus? He's just in the middle of the room yelling asparagus over and over.
Yep, that's me. No, it just brings you know what? I don't know. I went into a couple things in general, and my random experiences was just like a bunch of little kids cursing and like saying crazy shit. And it's like, that just is like, I'm a dad and different things. So I go in there, it's just like, it like ruins the experience for me. It's like, I didn't come in here to like see this or do this. And now I'm like, I can't have a good time because I'm like bugged out because what I was just saying, it just, that type of it just pisses me off, and it makes me upset about it. because I'm like,
do you-
we're using it, we're using the tool in a way that is like, is fun and is, a certain, like we get a certain thing going on in there that's a good time. But like when I see that, it's just it realizes that it's the double-edged sword. It's like with that comes that, and that's the shame.
Like, don't get me wrong. I thought like when we used to play multiplayer on consoles in living rooms together, it was always our friends, and maybe there was sometimes that one guy you're like, why are you in this group? And then we always thought the internet would be cool. Oh man, we could all play together, and that is fun. But it made the randomness of who you play with way different. So to me, I feel like when we're playing in VR chat, it reminds me of all your friends getting together and playing like in a living room together, playing a game together, but like way more immersive, obviously.
Speaking of VR chat, Surgical, have you seen the news about VR chat going from mostly positive to mostly negative, like overnight?
Yeah, we spoke about it on the podcast on Monday. Yeah.
Have you spent a lot of time at all in Horizon Worlds? Just curious.
I don't have that's Quest 2
that's
only,
a Quest.
right?
That's Quest thing.
Well, it's you gotta have.
So there's what's up?
You have to have a meta product. It has to be Oculus.
Oh, talking to me. I need to change my fucking Discord tag. No, oh shit. Those are Quest exclusives. So, like, as I'm sure you know, at this point, there's like way more Quest 2 out there than any other VR headset because of Facebook's crazy push to sell those things.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like the alternative to VR chat. It's like Facebook's version of it, but what's so creepy is me and Kitty went into one of those worlds, and we went to a public world. There's a live person there and an avatar overwatching everything who's being paid by Meta to do that and like police everything that everyone says, and like you can't say anything against the terms of service or your whole account gets banned. Like,
I've got 2 words for that. Fuck that.
Yeah, right. And so that's the major competitor to VR chat right now, realistically, because it has Facebook behind it. And then all of a sudden people they're pushing for more people to get these headsets, and now the people who are getting them are going to see that VR chat has mostly negative reviews, and it's like, I know what they did is bad, but like the other thing is way worse. Let's address that, guys.
That's true.
I mean, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to
mate.
jump on.
No, I was just going to say, there's the other one that everyone's gone to now, haven't they? That new one.
What's it called? You talking about Altspace? Is that new?
No. There's a new one. It's called Happy Home. Not Happy Home. I can't remember what it's called.
That sounds creepy as shit.
Come down to the Happy Home.
Go to your Happy Home.
We call it Happy Home. There's no one.
Everyone's fucking miserable when you get in there.
There's I'll tell you what it's called. Give me a minute.
And I'm trying to think too, because I just read an article about like the great timing for them coming out with it and everyone already migrating over to it.
We spoke about it on the thing on the podcast on Monday. How can I forget the name? Because they came out
a long time ago,
and
it's on the Quest as well. This thing, or is this a PC thing?
It's a PC thing.
Oh,
it's a PC. That's why we don't know about it. All right.
Yeah.
So there we go. All right, I'm out of this mentally.
So
it's like, checks out.
It's like,
I do like is I do my podcast in Neos, so there's like no kids in there at all. I haven't seen any.
That's good.
So you just build loads of stuff on the fly. It's just crazy, man. And guys, what was that?
There's probably not so many kids on it because it's a PC title only. Would I be correct in thinking that?
Yeah, and that as well. When you first start, it does seem a bit complicated, but once you kind of know, they've got people who come in and say, you take a thing at the start saying, do you want someone to guide you? And someone will come in and be like, yeah, this is this is that, like kind of show you how to do everything.
Interesting.
But building stuff like I'm still learning. I've just about got my studio up, man. It's hanging by a thread, like the roof is about to fall down. I'm trying to find
That's
that.
not good.
I tried to see if my gaming laptop could run Steam VR. It gave up. But when I tried to put it in virtual desktop, it actually tried. It tried to do what it wasn't supposed to be able to, and it got so hot while I was like getting like probably like 10 frames a second maybe, that it melted part of my laptop.
What?
This is why I decided not to fuck with VR with the deck. I was like, it's not ready for it.
It would
I mean,
melt. Can you imagine Servano's face if the deck started melting?
oh, I would be so sad.
It would be the worst Servano face ever.
Sir Maldo finally got his Steam Deck like a month ago, so it's all he talks about.
Oh man!
Can you run VR? You can run VR, right? On that?
Not really.
You're not supposed to.
It can be done, but it's not a good idea.
Yeah. He might melt something, right?
Yeah, the
Well,
worst
and I
thing about
mean-
it was that when I downloaded Virtual Desktop and I closed out of it, I didn't think that I needed to uninstall it right now. I was like, I'll do it when I don't have space on my computer. I'm like, that's that thing I was supposed to uninstall. But in the meantime, I'm not going to. What I found out is when it installs on your computer, it's a default to start in the background when your computer starts up. Even if it's
Because
not
it takes over your
actively-
drivers.
Yeah, and that alone, just having it being ready to cast, I would wake up and my laptop would be searing hot on the top, and I'd be like, "It's been off this whole time."
Yeah. I think they're bringing that to the Pico Neo as well, virtual desktop as well, pretty soonish for this year, hopefully.
Virtual Desktop is a great product, though.
Yeah. I guess in America they don't have the Pico, do they? You guys?
It's not big over here yet. I know the 4, what's it called? The new one they're producing.
Yeah,
it's supposed to get
4?
big over here.
Yeah, I was able to try one on. I wore it and I liked it. Have you tried a Pico and wore it at least? Or?
No, my friend Mac in VR, he's got one. He reviewed it and stuff, and the only issue for him is he said the comfort issue. They need to bring out some stuff to help you with comfort. I'm sure
that was my exact thought. Is it doesn't fit around the eyes in the same way. It just doesn't feel as good on the head. It's light though. I really loved how or balanced the weight. That was really impressive to me. But
yeah, I think that they leaked the 4 controllers. They're totally different, and they look kind of like index controllers.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a competitor to the what's the new Oculus headset? So they're going to have the 4, and then they're going to have a 4 Pro, I think it is. So I think they're going to have different versions.
Yeah, we're not sure.
It's a little confusing though, because most of the advertising regarding the Pro has it where they're saying it's not really their gaming headset. I mean, they've been saying it's more like a business or like other application.
They're still pushing VR and AR as productivity tools. They're not gaming tools; they're productivity tools. It's just a narrative. It's just marketing. It's going to be a great headset for gaming.
But aren't they also coming out with the Quest 3? I mean,
it's going to be the preferred headset for gaming because Quest just does not have the capacity.
But if they're coming out with Quest 3 like not too long after the Quest Pro, which is going to be gaming specific, like why would you want the Pro if it's not made for gaming? If they have another one that's
the Pro might still
depends on what the specs are when they release. If the Pro has a
how dumb would they be to release 2 headsets like that? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
That's no. Think about every phone, like every iPhone. How many models of one iPhone are there? There's a model for people that don't want to spend a lot of money, and there's a model for people that do want to spend a lot of money. So you'll have the Quest 3, which is going to be the lowest model, and it'll still have a lot of features, but I think the things they're focusing on is like battery life. So it won't have the beefy processors, and it'll have a bigger battery. And then you've got things like the Pro, which of course is because it's
weight probably.
But you believe it'll have all the same access to everything else that the.
I mean, game wise, yeah, and you'll still have virtual desktop. I think another big thing.
Sorry, mate. I was just saying the Pro is going to be, I think, AR as well, and I think the Pico Neo Pro, whatever that's going to be, is going to have eye tracking, and the other one's not. I think that's the difference between the two Picos as well.
And that might be the
Mm.
difference for the
Really
Oculus, because
cool.
the Pro is going to have all the eye tracking and whatnot, but they have not confirmed that at all. Well, nothing's been confirmed whatsoever. But
I want to see what developers will do with the eye tracking for games, because like for multiplayer,
I mean, yeah.
you can input that as a mechanic to where the game knows you're looking at a certain object in the game, and then you can manipulate the object you're looking at instead of pointing with your hand. Like that would be sweet.
Oh, the easy application for that would be something like Superman with laser beam eyes. That would be amazing. Where you're like, you're got the lasers going. That'd be ridiculous.
The only real
Cyclops.
advantage to most eye tracking is just saving all that extra real estate that's not being used by your eye and making everything else look really good that you're looking at.
Exactly.
So it just saves a lot of processing
I want
power.
them to be able to do
that also.
when you watch the videos of like, people testing different eye tracking softwares and things like that, you want it to be cool, but there's always enough glitches that if that was a mechanic in a game, you'd get so pissed off. You're like, I'm looking at the blue balloon it's supposed to pop.
The issue with eye tracking, from what I've noticed from using FaceRig and from using character animator from Adobe, which uses a lot of tracking software, is that it's oftentimes camera quality and how far away it is from you. If it's able to detect that close to your face, you probably get a much better result because your pupil is much clearer at that, at that distance. So I don't know. I feel like it could be done well for that reason.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. I just know it's hard enough hoping that the controllers track the right way and my wrist work the right way. I'd rather have as few mechanics based on, I don't know, because that's another thing that the Pro is supposed to do, is it's going to track facial emotions. What's the word I'm looking for? Expressions. So it'll track your expressions, and then they're going to have that crazy 3D render that exists that's photorealistic, and all of your expressions will be uploaded, so your avatar will just move and talk just like you do.
Yeah, my friend's stuff. Go on, sorry.
It blows my mind.
Yeah, my friend's got it was on my podcast. He's got the Vive trackers, so like his face, so he can stick his tongue out and you can see his where he's looking and where his eyes go, and it's really freaky, man. And like the mouth moves exactly like his, and it's like you're actually talking to him, even though he's a weird avatar. It's crazy shit, man.
That's awesome.
That's crazy. And what is that? How is he able to do that?
He's got a Vive and the face tracker, so some kind of, I think it's a Vive Pro. I can find out for you, mate. And then he's got like the hand trackers and the leg trackers, and he's just got everything. And he's programmed it so that if he smiles, his ears go down, go up. If he frowns, they go down, and then if he blows a kiss, his ears go backwards. It's like he must have spent ages doing that stuff, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. That is next level. And Zenith can't even get their mouths to move.
Oh shit! Back to Zenith.
It's always a full circle.
It's the name of our purgatory.
We all met in Zenith, and it's got.
They have a full jaw and tongue in there. Like they have a mouth. They just don't literally have the avatar use it. You know how easy it is to make the avatar use that mouth? Give it a nutcracker jaw. I don't care. Like, give it one access.
Give him the old South Park Canadian. Hey guys.
Why we gotta bash Zenith like that?
Zenith White Knight is here. Neat. What's up, man?
It's a great game.
Yeah, it always full circles back to Zenith. It's where we all met, and when you love something so much, and then it does something stupid, and then you're like, you're out of my family. That's where Zenith is with all of us.
Right.
Sounds like my third ex-wife.
Zenith is still with me.
Well, you're
still seeing her on the side.
Pretty my friend. Let me tell you. I knew most of the larger guild leaders, and they have the same criticism, and so does their guilds.
They picked a player base, and those are the people playing the game now. So
I want
they're
a
out
sound
there.
effect of like a song that goes "White Knight of Zenith."
Bully.
Wow.
And then boom, me.
I will say there is problems, but I'm still enjoying the game.
It always degrades into just a Zenith bitch fest, so we
does
can't
not.
talk about it
Instead
anymore.
of that, let's
It's
play
why-
our
it's
new
what-
game.
Who we are. It's
We could very
It's true.
quickly and
This was
easily
bad
true
change
our
the
word.
subject.
first 4 or 5 episodes. This has not been true in every episode. They are
My soul.
they are exaggerating for effect. We are not. They sit
So
around
do you guys
games we don't
do you
like.
guys want to try to
Yes.
guess some Dolly images?
Yes.
That sound
let's
like fun?
Let's play the Dolly game.
I don't know who else is going to get everyone in here. Maybe.
What?
You know how hard this is going to be through a black mesh net.
So
It's gonna be
So to give everyone a primer on what's happening, if you don't know what Dolly is, it's an artificial intelligence. You tell it to make something, and it makes it for you. Some of the images are really surreal. Some of them are like cursed images. Some stuff is funny, and some stuff is just terrible. But for the most part, it's out of all the AI things I've played with, I've spent so much money on credits for it. Like I just sit and see what I can come up with. But one of the things we were doing in our Discord is people were typing prompts for me to make. And as the images got weirder and weirder, like, I wonder if we could guess what these are. And so I did some really basic images just to see if you guys could guess them. And yeah, we can start that here. I've got to figure out where my images are.
Why did you establish that they're really basic? Like, are we gonna have to be like stupid as shit if we can't figure this out? Like, how basic are they?
I mean, they're pretty basic. So how many? I don't know how many guesses to give you guys for
I
this.
think each person gets one, and then if nobody gets it, you have to like do another version
Okay.
of the
Yes,
prompt.
I agree.
Kitty,
Yes.
you need to have hints prepared, man. Because this
No,
is
no,
Hints?
there is no
No
way
hints.
No, no,
I'm
no.
gonna guess
He's
what
calling
you
you
Neat,
basic,
your
man.
guess. We'll just
You
go
are
across the
basic.
line
What?
here. It's your guess.
don't
What is this
fucking-
image?
Is that
What are you seeing?
Spider-Man being chucked
I
off?
see Spider-Man. That's all I could guess. It's just Spider-Man.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you've got one of the words, so good
Yeah.
job.
Spider fail? Like what the fuck?
Well, now it's Kayleeki's turn to
Kaylee's
guess.
turn.
I see Spider-Man falling. I mean, that's all I could get.
Meta.
Oh,
Okay, we'll come back to you, Budo.
Statue throwing Spider-Man.
It's pretty good. You still got one word. Surj.
It looks like Spider-Man's jumped off a statue and his little bit of poo came out on the way down. It's like today.
I hope that's the prompt. I hope Surge wins.
Is that what you searched, Kitty?
No.
That's it.
No.
Is poo the keyword?
Spider-Man jumps off of
It's
Budo.
there though. I hadn't even noticed that. That's so terrible.
Is it
whose turn?
Spider Wall? I don't know. Is it too
It is Spider-Man.
That is
It's
done.
Spider-Man doing something and then another
All right,
thing.
all right, stop.
So-
All right, so Maldo, it's your turn.
Oh, I said Spider-Man jumps off of Budo.
Okay, so it's my turn. So I'm gonna say
That's close.
Spider-Man. Oh, I didn't hear what he said. Shit.
I suggested that we start
Spider-Man
digital
jumping off
characters.
of a Buddhist statue.
We'll do this one more image. Doesn't get any better.
Same search you could be showing. You're just sticking with
gosh.
the one.
Yeah. But
Spider clap.
so it's Spider-Man backflipping over Gandhi. But these are the two that were best.
Yes, of
But
course.
to give you an idea of how
Basic search.
What kind of Gandhi is that?
that's basic.
How
Hey,
basic
from behind
is
you
that?
can't tell. He's just wearing a
Yeah.
white
Oh,
onesie.
and
Okay.
First of all-
Siberian guest
Can't tell.
Spider-Man skydiving.
Yeah, I was one of the things I thought of.
Here's an
Yes,
easy
I hear
one. Here's an easy
Oh,
one.
So
Goldfish
does it
wearing a
start
VR
on Neat
headset.
again, or does it rotate? Now it starts on Kayleeki.
Huh? What did he do?
Yeah, here you go, Kayleeki. You got to guess this one. It's easy.
Goldfish playing VR.
A goldfish playing VR. That's the exact prompt.
Yay!
Oh, hey. Yeah, where's our crowd?
This one got a
Couldn't
bunch of good
start us
ones,
on the
though.
easy.
Where's our crowd, Kitty?
Oh,
Yay! Sorry, I was supposed to.
that one came out pretty good.
We've got a crowd today. Yes, I like it. When the soundboard's in, I'm all in.
Okay,
Cat
Meta's turn to
surfing in
guess.
space.
Yeah, cat surfing in space.
Yep, it's 100% that.
Okay.
All right, let me see. A cat surfing fire in space.
You know, we were taking turns.
I don't know. How do we raise hands in here?
It seemed like everyone was
By
yelling out last
raising
time
a
we
hand.
saw it.
You guys are really close. I don't know if either of these other two images will give you enough. This one's a little better for one of them.
Cat surfing in space.
Cat surfing the solar system.
Cat surfing
What do you think,
on
Surj?
Saturn's
Surfing
rings.
Surj had a good one last time. I'd like to hear his this time.
I can't. I don't know, it's just weird. Like, I don't need to be on drugs just to fucking figure this shit out.
It's weird. There's somebody on drugs. Was that the prompt?
So
Cats in outer space. I don't know.
Cats in outer space. So it's a cat surfing on Saturn's rings.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is how it decided to pull that together. Like that's what I love about it, is it like interprets everything its own way, and it really.
I think Surj made a good point. It's not that we're on the drugs though. The AI is always on drugs. AI is apparently always on drugs.
The AI was on crack.
All right, let's see.
It makes sense though. Like, it's just getting there.
A fish smoking a hookah.
You went first last time, Meta. Jeez, does nobody understand the concept of rotation?
It's him.
All right,
the
so
world is
it's you, Budo.
There is no rotation.
I'm saying,
I mean, this one.
Is you.
No, Kitty. No spoilers, Kitty. Just let him go. Let him go. Kay, go ahead.
Well, I mean, this one's a goldfish smoking a hookah. So
Oh, no.
he got it right off, just yelling out the answer. But again, I mean, this is just 100% AI coming up with this off of words.
Kitty,
What?
do you have any more challenges?
He wants a challenge.
No, because it does such a good job. There's not like, okay, what do you think this one is?
Yes, there is.
Hippo going shopping.
Yeah,
There, see? Like, I was trying to go basic and get interesting stuff, and I mean, I just like blew like $20 and didn't get anywhere.
Do some crazy. Put any of those crazy things we were looking at on Discord.
This is the first game. We'll get
where is Super Goober Man?
Super Goober Man?
Yeah, like where is? Come on, man!
Puss in Boots.
Cowboy cat.
We're getting very close.
Cat Desperado.
So
Cat Eastwood.
We usually talk about VR, but today we're gonna guess catfish.
There's a central theme with almost all of because it's crazy to me that it can decide what a cat looks like as a cowboy. Specifically, a stern-faced cat dressed as a cowboy. I mean, you can get crazy with them and everything.
They came out
but,
too cute at first, didn't they?
I've got to come up with better prompts. I told this lot to give me prompts, and they didn't.
We've been giving you prompts all week.
You end up with.
And he just outed himself as he's run out of imagination.
Oh,
his imagination has.
I have been playing with this for 4 days now, And yeah, I'm running out of fun things. Like what
Kitty,
what
let
can
me
I
tell
come
you
up
something,
with?
man. You
Kitty,
came up with
would you
so
ever
much
have thought
crazy
of
shit in the
Super Goober
Discord.
Man?
I'm
Because
just saying,
that's the kind of shit you need to be searching.
like, you came up with so much crazy shit this week during Discord, and then when it comes to the game, it's like hippo pushing cart. Like, what? What
Because for
happened?
some reason, a genie smoking himself out of a bong just didn't seem.
What? Something, bro? Like a cat as a cowboy? Like, this is the best.
I'm sorry, I failed you guys. Next week we're gonna do it again, and we'll do it better.
He's just throwing his money. He has to
Look
pay
what
for
Dolly
these
can do.
searches.
It's a
Surgical.
cat with
He
the
has to
VR
pay to do
glasses.
these searches, and he's the AI constructs that from scratch. Like,
Like, give it
and
something a challenge. Like, come on, bro.
it's a beta. Oh my god.
And like you were doing before, like for example, like you had the person with the spaghetti hair that was in the like that was crazy. Like what else they do? Like the Super Goober Man or whatever. That shit was crazy.
Super Goober
The back
Man is.
that's the
What is
thing.
He's canon. He's one of us.
What up, bitches?
Yeah.
I'm on time.
That's the
You
way
guys
you
are
go in.
early. You guys are
Well,
on
sorry we were
time.
here so early, Zay.
All right,
It's
let's start the
okay.
show
I
over.
will
Hi,
Yeah.
I'm Bonely.
start
Nice
all
to
over
meet you.
again. Refresh.
Hi, I'm Sormaldo. Welcome
Don't
to the
please
show.
don't
No,
please
no,
don't.
Okay,
please
sorry.
do it. Kitty's
We
trying
have
to-
our guest Surge here with us.
Yes,
Hi, Ian.
Surj is
Sir,
with
do
us.
I know? Have I met him?
No,
I
Not
don't know.
yet.
Have you?
You haven't.
Just
now you have.
I don't
Surge,
think
this
so.
is Zay.
You
What
Zay,
an
this is Surge.
introduction.
Now you've met.
Where would I know him from?
Surgical
interwebs.
Gaming.
London?
He's got a site.
We can
and-
actually play one
Yeah,
of your
it's a good
trailers
time.
if you want to.
Yeah,
Do
go for
it.
Your
Oh,
RF VR trailer.
So he hasn't experienced the Zay. He has not experienced the Zay.
Well, I guess
Play
he's the
the-
bouncer.
Play the new one. If you can figure out
New
if you
VR RPG. So there's
what's
they both are. There's RFVR
the
official
thumbnail?
Steam demo trailer and
No,
new
the other
VR RPG. Okay.
yeah, that's the latest one I've done. Yeah. That's the latest one.
He's
Yeah.
got an accent too. That's
I was gonna
dope.
say his accent just.
Okay, that music completely pumped me up. Wasn't that
So-
the thing that Neat was playing?
Yeah.
Why didn't your shit
So
look that
did-
exciting?
I didn't make a trailer. I just played the game.
Dude, I need you to step that game up.
Oh God.
You need to
That-
be a
that
highlight
looked
reel
amazing.
all the
So-
time. Only the best.
So did you put that together for those guys to use? Or
Yeah. I'm just
that's
fan of
awesome.
the game. I did a demo trailer as well before that, but that's the one I did a couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
We should have played
No.
that before we talked to you, because that would have given that looks awesome.
I say everybody just shuts up and lets him talk. I love his accent. Say something good to me, just to me. Not to anybody else, just to me. Say
Zay,
something.
you look absolutely beautiful today.
Ooh, say it again. You know what to say, boy. You know what to say. I think we need a private room right quick.
I'm gay, by the way. I'm gay.
Oh shit! I have manly tendencies.
That took
Oh,
a
man.
turn in the best
Oh
way.
no.
That made my entire week.
I like him. I like him. I say we get rid of Bonely and keep him on there. I mean, I love you.
Oh.
I love you. I was kidding. You know I love you, boy. You know I love you. I didn't mean it. I didn't.
All
It's
right.
the accent. Can you talk to me in an accent, Bonely? Come back.
Oh, that's the last thing we need to degenerate into.
No, we really need
Okay.
to see how his accent sounds.
But no, that
It's true. What
that
they say
looks
about
much more put together than
apparently.
What he
Okay.
did.
it looks much more put together and expansive than what I was expecting from it.
I just realized I watched that trailer when I first played the game. That's the one I saw. I thought it was the actual trailer for the game.
I can see why you jumped in that
I was-
game after seeing that trailer.
I didn't know you made
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Siberian, you know that's
Pretty
just.
cool.
Yeah, I
I'm
played.
sorry.
I played the game a fair bit. I didn't get into it though, so
Did you like it? Like, I mean,
I
I
didn't.
mean that
It was good. There was a lot of things I didn't like about it. Also, I didn't prefer the art style, to be honest.
you like Zenith better? I said
Yeah.
the Z word. Really?
But also, it is early access. It is early access game, so it could change.
It looks like it has a ton of potential to me.
It really
Yeah.
does.
Yes,
Just for
a
context,
lot of potential.
we started doing that whenever we say Zenith to get us to stop saying Zenith, so we stopped complaining.
Instead, we're just annoying ourselves with it by saying it all the time.
Oh, geez.
So what did I miss?
everything.
I'm
So
almost
much.
no. You know,
We're all going
you know,
home.
hell no, it ain't started until I got here. You know the rules.
Have we even talked about the title of the stream?
No.
No,
You know-
we're
you
not
know,
going to
you
anytime
know what's
soon.
really funny
No.
about that, Neat? When we first got on the stream, Surgical can vouch for me here. He has
Quiet
no
down there,
reason
Meta.
why.
Shut your
I said,
face.
why don't we talk about our favorite video game?
It wasn't time yet.
Don't title the episode.
We'll get there.
We will get there. We get there better.
It's been 1 hour already.
You just got here too, Mr. Logo Man.
What are you gonna say to me? I've been here the whole time.
I've been here the whole time too.
I've been here for a while, actually. I joined in, I think, when it was like 30 minutes.
Well,
So
that's
I was
half.
here-
That's
I
half
was
the
here.
time.
I was here in 30 minutes without just talking.
That's just half the
Neat.
time.
All right, welcome to the news, everybody. You know how it goes. Got the hat, getting ready to go. Yo, shut up. The news is all good, except for that
Yeah, I was
it's
just saying, I want to see what he says when we just talked about the news for a half hour.
Meta just gets more bad press, but they're still pushing forward, and I feel like none of us are even going to doubt it. Here's something that's actually interesting when it comes to virtual reality.
Are
news.
you actively searching the news?
No, I'm scrolling the thing that I searched several hours ago. Conjoined
It'll be
twins
on
were
you.
separated with the help of virtual reality. I think
I
that's
seen that. I was gonna tell you about that. I'm so glad that you read in my mind.
Yeah.
All
no.
that other shit that you heard in my
Did-
head, don't tell.
Did you just say conjoined twins
Yes.
separated with the help of virtual reality?
Is it
Yes.
the ones that had like the shared brain? I saw something
Yes.
about.
Yep.
Wow.
And
Okay.
they're doing well.
Yeah.
They're doing well. They use
Wait,
go
elaborate.
ahead.
Explain what you mean by with the help of. Was that helpful for the
The
procedure,
surgery?
or was
Two
that
ways,
helpful
no,
with
two
their
ways. It's in
coping
2 ways.
psychologically?
No, it wasn't psychologically, but it was in 2 ways that they had done really full-scale scans, MRIs, everything of the conjoined twins, and then they were able to build that into 3D into a virtual reality and let the surgeons try different things out because
They
it
had
was
to do it so many successful times before they could actually
Yeah.
operate
Wow.
on the twins.
so they tested it over and over and over in VR.
And wasn't it like doctors from all over the world? Wasn't it like
Yep.
multiple? Yeah.
all over the world. And
That's
the
awesome.
article's a little unclear from the one that I'm reading from, but it sounded like that they also worked in virtual reality during the actual, I think it's 27-hour procedure.
Yeah.
Wow.
And and I know that they
24 hours
were.
total. Yeah.
Yeah, 27 hours, and one of the main ones, he was just taking 15-minute breaks, taking the headset off, taking a break for food and water, putting it back on, and just going back into it. But everything went successful, and
They're going good.
Wow.
Yep, they're doing good. And as much as VR
Wait,
is where
what do you mean by they were going back into it? They weren't looking at the patient because AR is not that good yet.
Well, no, they had
to
it.
do that.
The one that actually did the procedure was a Brazilian doctor. This was his whole, idea, and he had specialists from all over watching the surgery. I believe is how it is. So they were watching while him and other doctors, locally operated on the twins. But
Yeah, I wouldn't think the surgeon would be wearing a VR headset.
no.
Current technology.
But it was other specialists
That would
from
be
all over
horrifying.
the world, right?
No, they're saying it was near 100 people were working on this whole thing.
Yeah.
So,
That's incredible.
And around the world.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And how old were they? Like 7 or 4? 5? How old were they?
Oh, I missed.
They were like big ass kids because they was big.
Yeah.
Like,
What were they using? Quest 2 pass-through?
That's what I'm asking.
you should see Kay and I surgeons. We're pretty damn good.
That's not what I heard.
No.
That is not what I heard.
No,
I heard
only.
that Kay killed the guy like 12 times.
Well, that's
saved
Kay,
him
but
once.
you know me. You know me.
I
I
mean-
did it right.
I don't like
the
those
first
odds.
time.
I'm not good with
That-
that
Try
at
to
all.
come to me, not to hurt me. I got you right.
I mean, that's
Wow.
pretty incredible because, I've watched videos of them, like, doing surgery remotely. So, they've got the robot with the scalpels and the scissors. And, if this gets to a point where, a surgeon can do full VR surgery from, the other side of the planet, that's
Maybe
incredible.
I can go get my booty
Requires an advance in robotics as
in
well.
Brazil, get my
Yeah.
booty lift, my butt job, while I'm still right here in Mississippi. That's what I'm talking
What?
about.
I'm so confused. What are we talking about?
I
She
want to
wants
get a
that
butt lift.
virtual butt
I'm over here
surgery.
talking about
Hell yeah, that's a thing.
the
I'm sure
VR
it's a
surgery
thing.
that she's talking about.
Can you look that up, Budo? Can you see if there's somewhere I can get a
I think
virtual
there's
booty?
two different
Okay,
conversations.
that would be a future news article. I will definitely.
Okay, well, I need you to look into that because I need it. Because I'm
Okay.
sitting on bones right now.
But anyways,
Say it out loud, Kay.
Not bonely.
a lot of these news cycles is just silly. There's a lawsuit or money, and I just thought this was interesting. This is kind of more heartwarming.
A very
Money.
in-depth look at the news.
There was a lot of news out there, but this was interesting.
Oh man. But we do. I think we do have a special report. It's a very quick report. It's just a 1-minute report from Kay. Do we possibly? Let's see. We
What is this?
Hello.
Oh, my bad. It was muted. Hi, guys.
Hey,
You haven't really said much, have you? Like,
No, I'm the quiet one. But I got something to say. I probably run out of time. But it happened today. I'm gonna share the knowledge that this lady had told me at work. So I was at work, minding my business, and this lady came and she was like,
It's a
"Your
VR show.
makeup's really pretty, right?" I was like, "Oh, thank you." She's like, "Can you do my makeup?" I was like, "Uh, sure." She's like, I'm for sure, like for real. It's like, okay. She's like, "I'm trying to find me a man." I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's cool, that's cool." She's like, "The best place to find love is either at a wedding or at a funeral," and she's going to a funeral.
Thank you for that very important news
I mean,
story, Kay.
that's
We
true.
really appreciate your investigative work. And this concludes.
It's not true. I met her daddy at a funeral, and that
I
was
mean,
not true
when
love.
me and my wife were on our honeymoon in Disney World, we took the ferry at Epcot and got on the ferry, and this lady sitting next to us saw our little stickers that said like honeymoon, and she had a little celebration. So we were like, "What are you celebrating?" She's like, "My divorce," but but you guys have a great time.
Kitty, what is wrong with you?
I love how poor Surge has no idea
He
what's
has no
happening
idea.
right.
He's like,
Yeah, you took a lot of
Why am I-
liberties
It
with our
just
guests,
seems so.
throwing him in there like that, Kitty. You took a, you know.
I mean,
Are you
he
guys
hit the
staying
nail
with
on
us
the
now?
head. You know, she doesn't talk much,
got
and
it.
so
Yeah.
we had to give her her own minute to talk.
They won't
And
let
so
me
far,
get
she's
there.
either
No,
just sat there and not said a thing, or at least this time she had a story.
It was great. It was great.
that was not
Love the
great.
story.
Now my baby will go try to find love at a damn funeral. We got a
Here
lot
come
of
mom. Here
We
comes
live near the
mom.
hood, so there's a lot.
All right,
of funerals.
so here's what I'm thinking. Do we go a little longer in this episode, or do we wrap up with one of the?
I mean,
Kudos.
we can talk for
Kudos.
10 minutes about boss battle.
What about?
Kudos.
I figured we'd just do it next episode in proper Crimson Council style. And just push it off for an
Yeah, we
episode.
can really push it off. And Surge looks incredibly bored with us. I don't know if it's Kay's fault or my fault, but
The loony bin.
well, and also you said it's like what 3 in the morning over there. I don't.
It's 4.
That's
It's
crazy.
fine.
Oh no!
Where are you at?
I'm in London. I had a strong coffee. So you can't see it. Shit. There you go.
Oh, he's got tea in the cup.
Oh.
Sorry.
You've got at least one new follower from this, so hey, that's a win, right?
Oh, Ms. Baker, how you doing? And Mo Beast as well. They're from my channel. Thanks for joining, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love the.
Sleep well, sir.
Say one more thing to me. Say something like cheerio or something like really cool to me before you leave. Do you speak another language?
No,
Shut
not
up,
really.
guys. I'm trying to get my pimp on. I know. Just go ahead. Say something nice to me before you leave.
What do you want me to say?
I don't know. I don't know.
Don't indulge her. Don't just
Please
ignore her.
indulge
and
me.
keep
Indulge
going on.
me.
So guys,
Yeah,
so
plug your
Surge,
channel some more.
Why are you being
before
a
you go.
blocker?
Yes.
I'm
Plug
sorry.
your share.
I'm sorry.
Derailed.
So yeah, definitely plug
Thank you for
your
joining
channel.
us.
Yeah, join us again. Anytime you want.
He's running as fast as he can.
No, he's
As
not.
soon as he clicks
He likes
leave,
it here. Ever since I came in the show, he likes it here.
I love
Bonley's
it,
gonna tell us about the next 10 messages he gets.
Coming back? Just checking to see if you're coming back. Hey, I know it's been 10 minutes. But are you coming back?
Am I coming back?
Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
if I'm about, it's every Wednesday, yeah. So if I'm
Oh, we
about,
do it every week right now.
Every Wednesday.
yeah,
yeah,
at the
every
moment,
Wednesday.
What do you mean right now?
Yeah.
Like, he
moment,
means like 4 o'clock his time in the morning.
yeah. I mean,
So
at the
boss
Yeah.
battles.
It was a
So
pleasure.
Surge, Did you?
No, we're done with boss battles. We're not
What?
going to hit it this week.
What?
It's just the title of the episode. We're okay.
What?
Yeah.
No, that's not how it
We're
works.
the bosses. This conversation was
Why
a battle.
did I make my
Get used to it.
Meta smoke your mom.
But yeah, you want to plug your channel, what you do on YouTube, and all that good
Yeah,
stuff?
okay. Surgical Gaming on YouTube, so it's like
I'm so sorry.
Okay, now do it again.
There we go.
yes, on YouTube, Surgical Gaming, on Twitch as well. I make what the hell? I've got I do like I've done some game trailers, I've got my own podcast in Neos, so it's all VR avatars. Have to get you all on at some point. I don't know how I'll manage it, but try that someday. And yeah, I'm on Twitch and Surgical Gaming. I'm on Discord as well and Twitter as well. That's like the social side of things. I'm Twitter.
Sorry.
I'm on
Love you.
Twitter.
That was it right the first time. You said it right. Go ahead.
Also,
I'm muting myself.
I was co-hosting as a guest on a podcast this every other Monday on Mac and VR's channel, but they've asked me to be permanent, so I'm gonna be there every episode, so every other week.
Nice.
And that's it. I'm in the podcast in Brazil next week. I don't know how I got into that, but it should be fun. And yeah, that's pretty much.
You got a new subscriber.
Oh, cheers.
Siberian said he's gonna go subscribe right now, and then
cheers,
I'm gonna go
Siberian.
subscribe. I got you. I'm gonna go subscribe.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure all of us are going to be checking it out because this has been really fun.
Have you guys got channels or?
No, a couple of us do.
I'm sorry about Zay.
I do.
Hey, don't be sorry about me, goddammit.
So
you don't speak for her, Meta.
Right,
Neat's got a channel. The Leakies have their thing on TikTok. Meta's got
And that's not an STD.
Beat Saber.
I swear it's not.
Oh, that's right.
And the motherfucker.
Top 200.
And Bonley's doing something on Twitch. I'm still not sure. He's rebroadcasting gameplay while he hangs out and watches it.
And basically what it is that I'm recording games and then I'm playing them on there and I'm hanging out in the chat.
Bonley,
so if people come and hang out,
interrupt you.
I'll grab you.
So guys, just to share something real quick, I watched Bonley's stream the other day. We have it fixed now, but I texted him on Discord. I saw it pop up in his stream. This man was streaming all of his phone notifications.
We're getting there. Bonley's the most technologically challenged one of the bunch. So it's fun getting to learn how to stream and play games. It's been a fun time.
It was literally my third video ever.
We're proud of
you.
Yeah, we're proud of you.
Oh, dude, no.
Don't
It's
listen to
whatever.
Meta.
Those are those little hiccups you get at the beginning. It was just hilarious to see.
It was funny.
You didn't get no, sexting.
Oh, shit, this isn't good.
That would have been hilarious.
That would have been hilarious, but that didn't happen. Yeah. That's fine. Just quick delete. Delete.
Hey, you never responded to me.
I'm gonna get my favorite boss battle in there. For God's sake. So my favorite boss battle is fighting you all about fuck you talking about my favorite boss battles. This is the final boss.
It's almost like we're the secret boss when you think about it, Anyways, thanks for showing up. Thanks a lot to you, Surj, for showing up. Check him out, Surgical Gaming.
It's
been fun. It's been
I
real fun.
appreciate you making the effort. I know it's earlier time.
I'll try and
early, late, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'll try to get back on at some point, man. Sure.
Anytime, man. You're welcome.
And thank you guys for showing up on stream, and thank all the new folks showing up in chat and watching us. I know you came here for him. No, him. I don't mirror my view, so it's hard.
I didn't know I did, but I sure the hell did.
Thank you.
And so thanks for showing up. Until next time, we'll see you.
Bye.
Do we have an outro?
We don't have an outro. Since when
No,
have we
no.
had